Seniac. Dirty industry. Me. Industry is industry. Seniac. It is gritty on the island, isn't it? Me. Nitty gritty even. Everyone. Debates about land reclamation. Me. Eating FishTown fish. Alright. I'ma leave the comments. Seniac. Does it have water? Of course it doesn't have water. Me. Seniac. You're surrounded by water. What's wrong with you, my boy? Seniac in episode 1. Let's build a nice little fish town. Seniac. 30 episodes later, I have built Manhattan. Guys, welcome back to another episode of FishTown here in City Skylines, where, yeah, it is starting to look quite skyscrapery here in FishTown right now. The population has ridiculously exploded right now. More and more people are wanting to move to this beautiful paradise that we have created, and today we're going to take it one step further. There we go. English is happening right now, and we are going to take a look at trying to go a little bit more eco-friendly in FishTown. And by that, we're going to take a look at building some eco-friendly, self-sufficient homes. It's going to be beautiful, guys. Trust me, it's going to be beautiful. So as always, if you do enjoy this and want to see more FishTown in the log weather, please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you are new around here, then make sure you subscribe so you're notified that the next episode does come out. So we've managed to creep up now to 76,000 people in population, which is going really, really well right now. When it comes to the unemployment at this stage, 13%, so we're still working on it. We've still got plenty of jobs that we do need to add in. We don't really have much of a residential demand just yet, but we will try and creep that in slightly. What I've noticed as well is a few little places are complaining about low land value. Now, I did check out the land value. What are they complaining about? I have no freaking idea right now. But yeah, there's a couple of buildings complaining about it. I did know it was the one over here. Or was that or was that just a completely different matter altogether? That's the customer one. Yeah, not enough customers. Oh, is this one low land value? No, not enough customers. So it was just weird how some of them were. Like, there's one over here too. Like, it's great. Look at these guys right now. It's great as me. So we kind of need to, you know, increase the land value around these areas. Yeah, there's a few now complaining. I'm not too sure why all of a sudden it's just now popped up. I'm really confused. I am really, really confused. But just forget about that for a minute. Oh, wait, Jesus, boy, I can't. The more... There's more and more popping up. Hold on. Is there an issue? Is there pollution? Oh, no, you don't think there's sewage in the water pipes, do you? Now, it could be sewage in the water pipes. There's a lot of land value going on right now. Pollution in general... Maybe there's a little bit of ground pollution that's over here. There's no pollution there. Noise pollution, it wouldn't be noise pollution because it's been the same noise for oh my good God, there is a lot of land value going on. Okay, right. Okay, right, this is now panic stations. Guys, something's going down right now. Something is going down. The health, everyone's good. It's not the pollution in the water pipes, because that seems pretty much okay at the most part. And those don't really produce much pollution. Right, okay. Land value has now sunk. Ways in which I can solve that is dropping down the Eden project. But why is it all of a sudden just now appeared? We have plenty of, well, kind of have plenty of parks lying around. But let me see if I can solve it with some generics. I mean, but then again, look, even in the high leisure stuff, it's still complaining about land value. Something doesn't seem right, does it, boys? Something legit doesn't seem right. Land value in terms of, even in the really high valued places, they're complaining. So something does not seem right, and I can't really quite pinpoint my finger on it. So what I'm going to do, we do have the Eden project, which is this one. We could place this down, and I want to see what effect this has. And I think we should put it in the Rockfish Park area, just a way to kind of give these guys a little bit more of a little boost. But how would I go about doing that? Because it is all... I need a solid road to place it against. Well, first things first. Let me just see if that does work. Right, so let me just place it like here, for example. And let me just see what happens with... Let's fast forward. Let me place down the Eden project. Because that's just come out of nowhere. I did not expect any of that to happen. We have some power issues over here, which have now been solved. But I was not expecting that to happen. Oh, hold on. It's slowly disappearing, all the land value stuff. Yes, it's slowly making the icons all disappear. Very slowly. But it's definitely doing it. That's weird, isn't it? That really is weird. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Oh my god, we got a traffic jam over here as well. Where are these problems coming from all of a sudden? Let me turn traffic lights off here and here. Where else do we have them? None there. Turn them off there. Okay, right. You can pretty much be free flowing to a certain extent. That's really weird. I don't know where that come from. There is still a couple of them complaining, but again, given some time and hopefully it kind of solves everything. But things are starting to level up, which is even more crazy because we're going to have an even bigger population boom, which means more unemployment. So I need to build more jobs and stuff like that. That's really weird, isn't it? That really is. But, okay, I think that's slightly solving that issue. I've never experienced that before. Right, let's get back to the task at hand then. So I wanted to take a look at building like self-sufficient buildings. And also, with those self-sufficient buildings, where is it in the zoning from? Is it this one here? Yeah. We can also build the eco, organic, and local produce commercial area around it too. Now I feel like this will be a good little spot because it's quite close to all the fishing industry over here where you can get their local produce. Residential is good for the little ferry line just over here as well, so we can utilize that. So really what I want to do is kind of create something over here. Now if I continued those grids, not really going to go down too well, so what we'll do is I'll create the generic, you know, grid that we've been going with over here, so 10 by 10s. There we go. So just to get that there for the main strip, and then with that then we can utilize it to connect up to all the other places. So what I'm thinking of is, if I use this... okay, if we use this spot first, let's go by 10 here. Across by 10 and then down. Across by 10 and then down. Right, and then where would this lie? So if I let me pause it for a second. If I brought this out by 15, right, it's gonna be quite 4 by 4. Oh man, I had it then. I pressed the wrong button. So 4 by 4, go straight in. 7. Well, let me turn off that. So 7 by... Okay, we'll go 7 by 8. Just slightly over. So that kind of bends around there and follows it through. It's a weird bend that it creates. It is a weird bend that it creates there compared to this one. But at the same time, it does look pretty cool. So we'll kind of roll with it. But then again, I could have got it connected up this here to this one, which I feel like is probably going to be a much better fit. So I'm just going to get rid of all that. So we go to there. 7 by 10. Oh, I can do 7 by 7. That's even better. So that flows through there. See, that looks better. That looks a little bit more natural. And then this one can be connected up to here. So that becomes an 8. Well, it's borderline going to be that there anyway, so we'll kind of take the full distance. So them roads kind of flow through wonderfully. This here, can I get it to bend anywhere in there? How's that? Yeah, it's not too bad. And then what we'll do is, because that is the perfect line in the middle, I think we'll bring it up to there. And round and in. And then rather than going all the way down, which I could... Well, actually, yeah, we'll keep that road there. I want to create a road that comes through that way. So if I take it from... Come out by... Yeah, we'll come out by 6. That's okay. And can I... Just do something like that to kind of cut it through to make this area a little bit different. That's kind of what I want. And what I'm trying to go for. And then we'll use paths. So, hold on. Let me first get the power lines all set back up again. And then back into play mode. And then we're back to normal. We'll set up the water real quick. And just here. And then, right, yeah, paths, because let's make it as walkable as possible. And by making it walkable, I'm talking about this kind of little area here. So bring a path out there. Bring a path out here. And then have this. Kind of connected like a little triangle. That would go straight up. That's pretty cool. And bring that down to there. There we go. That's quite a little cool little thing there. It doesn't really look like much, but when all the buildings around it, that's going to be very walkable. And now, do I do one here? Because it didn't really take much to walk around. There's not really much going on there. I think I'll leave that one for now. I just felt like that kind of needed one to kind of throw something a little bit different in. Now, it's still upgrading. Things are still ding-a-linging right now. The land value is pretty much, for the most part, disappeared. There's 1 or 2 still remaining, but they have fully gone. But that is going to cause a rapid amount of upgrades to this area, which is mental. And let's take a look at doing this commercial thing. Then. So let me drop down the zone. It's called Poplar Square, Butler Hills, Lake Hills, Vermont Park, Holly Square, Briarwood Square, Park. What a name! What a name! Applegate Heights, Hemlock Hills. I'm just gonna go with Hemlock Hills. I mean, I'm not really looking for a good name. I'm just kind of like messing about. Right, this will be our commercial area here. That will be the local produce. And we'll bring it down to here as well. Actually, we'll bring it down to this part there. That walking park there. That commercial stuff. Residential will seep through here. Hold on, I'm doing 2. Actually, we'll make it a little bit bigger. That commercial. We'll include this strip here. And this strip. Because we don't really need that much more residential. But at the same time, I want some self-sufficient buildings. Right, that is Cedar Park, which we'll push around here. And again, I want it by the waterfront. Because that would be a really nice view for where people are living. There we go. So we've got 2 areas there, as you can now see. 1 residential and 1 will be commercial. Which then sparks the question, yeah, it's probably best to put the little path going through because they can get to the stores very, very easy. So if I just do that there, we'll come down here and go straight in. And just do very basic and simple. Just creates it, makes it really, really walkable. And let me do the specialization on the zoning first. So self-sufficient buildings, and then commercial, local produce. There we go. It's gonna be fantastic, boys. Right, should we go high density commercial? let's see what the high density local produce kind of looks like. So we'll do that a little bit first. And then we'll do the same with the zoning. We'll go with high density residential self-sufficient zoning first to begin with, see what that looks like, before I then might seep it down to being low density. So let's do the commercial the same over here. And I got to get rid of those power lines, but I'll wait for a few of these buildings to be squeezed in first. Nice. So the commercial will go a lot quicker because we have the demand for that. And unemployment is creeping up, but that's because of the sheer amount of new residents that have moved in from me dropping down the Eden project right now, which I will move. I will move in its own little place, but it solved my little land value issue out. You know what? I have interest. Damn. Right, nobody can complain about that now, can they? Nobody. Apart from these guys. These guys might complain. But again, not really many people can complain. Oh my god, look at the traffic we got backed up here. Now, this is traffic because we have our dirty industry down here. So all the vehicles are trying to get to the commercial places. So we got to think of ways in which we can filter this traffic a whole lot easier. So what I'm thinking is, that turns and goes straight on. That here makes that left turn. So you know what lane you need to be in when you're coming up to it. Straight on, turn there. Just so they can utilize the right hand side road a little bit more. Now it's not perfect practice, but at the moment I don't really have much to go off because it's one just straight road. So we should start seeing them utilize, you know, different lanes as they're approaching. It'll take a minute or two for them to update their routes. Oh, that can't really go anywhere, so that could maybe probably, yeah, stay like that. Yeah, you can already start seeing them now utilizing the right-hand lane, which would obviously feed the traffic through a little bit quicker. It'll take a moment to clear this little backlog as people are trying to, you know, get into the right lane and update. But then they should utilize the two lanes a little bit more because obviously you should be in the left lane if you're turning, right lane if you're going straight on and turning that way. You kind of get it. You kind of get it. Right, okay, so the self-sufficient buildings, they look pretty good. They do look, not self-sufficient buildings, sorry, the local produce buildings, they do look pretty good. Gonna pause and get rid of this. We'll kind of lead it in or feed it in from a different way. But let me just zone some more commercial. There we go. And where did the zoning go again? Okay. So we'll do that then. I'll do some low density ones. Or here. It's probably easy to do the paintbrush, isn't it? So there, and then fill that up there with the low density. We'll do some high density residential just here. And I think the rest of it then should be low density, as it feeds down to the waterfront. Which I'm now hoping as well that that ferry line that is right next to it would then start to spark a little bit more interest from potential travellers. Because they now have a reason to stop off here. You got the residential and you got all this local produce as well. It's quite a nice little eco-friendly area, isn't it? It should be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun, this area. And hopefully it provides a fair few amount of jobs. Now, I'm still waiting for that backlog of vehicles there to kind of sort out what lanes they kind of need to be in. They should get there very soon. Very soon, boys. But it's feeding through a little bit easier, a little bit smoother. And again, once that backlog has been sorted, they should continue just to get out of here. Oh, it's starting to rain. Damn it! I always do that. Because I have to switch between enabling Dynamo between Snowtown and Fishtown. I forget to turn it on and off between the two series. And then sometimes it doesn't snow in Snowtown, and sometimes it rains like it has now in Fishtown, where there should be no rain in Fishtown. It is a beautiful tropical paradise right now. Beautiful. Right. We are going to still see some traffic on this road, but there really is not much I can do about it because of the nature of the road. you know, it is what it is. So we've got to think of, but then again, this backlog is all cleared now. So maybe I'll wait until that disappears before I make any harsh decisions, because that is now about to clear. And we're all good. Maybe I could not make people cross the road. That would be one way to help out traffic. And by doing that, I can implement, like, very similar to like what we did over here. But then again, we're probably also getting to the... Yeah, there's a lot of vehicles now. We're also now getting to the point where we could probably utilize with a tram line going around here. See, that could be interesting. That will reduce some of the normal vehicles traveling, but we still have a lot of the commercial vehicles traveling around here too. Yeah. Okay. What's the complaint here? Not enough workers. Are you sure there's not enough workers? We have like 17% of the whole population unemployed. There is definitely enough workers. But yeah, let's utilize and add in a tram line, because we seem to have it everywhere else. So, right, where's it going to go from first? So, definitely utilize this little strip. Bring it around here. I can bring it around here up to there and then back up. Or I could cut out this whole section here and get it to do a loop around the outskirt. That might be the better... Yeah, that'll be a better way to do it. Because then I get the best of both worlds. I get the best of both worlds, and it won't ruin the train line in the middle by having it run down the same road. It can then still be utilized. Well, we don't really have many people using it anyway. So we have to anarchy that one. Oh no, wait, do I want it to go? Yeah, I was about to say, do I want it to go down there? Yeah, I do. Right, we have to anarchy some of this because of the nature of it. That's deleted that path there, that's okay. There we go. I'm actually quite excited. This is going to be pretty sweet. Right, let me get that path back in that just got deleted. There, nice. So that is one big loop. So that will help people go along and travel. And you can see we do have a subway stop there as well. That's what I was talking about the trains. It won't ruin that because they could like literally stop there and get off, if you know what I mean. The tram line is kind of the outer loop where that one tears from the middle. So going off these connections here, if we create a new line there, and then we'll just kind of bring this down. So we'll stop there, stop there, stop there. So every so often, we drop down a stop. I know some of them are in a bit of a weird spot where they probably won't really make much sense, but they will eventually in the long run, like this one. Don't really make much sense at the minute, but it will do eventually. So that stops there, and the next available stop for it would be over here. Now we'll go with that. Create a new line, and then mimic it all the way back around again. There we go. So I'm going to place down a new tram depot because it's part of an existing line. Which is sweet, mate. It's fine by me. It's fine by me. And get that in, boom. Is that the last one? Yeah. So that becomes an extension of the current tram network, which is kind of a little bit OP at the minute. It is a little bit OP. Which at the minute it already takes 3,200 passengers a week before it adds on the tourists. So this is going to ramp up even more because it now extends it further down, quite close to the industrial area. So that's going to be pretty cool then. And obviously it's hooked up, well, it should be hooked up to the ferry line when it's got power. That's another transport line. This additional one I've just done right now, it's quite close to the train line and the subway line, but then again it's all hooked up to all the other stuff as well. Right, let's give this power then. It should have its... We'll just connect it to here for now. I say it should get it once the zoning reaches all the way over. But these guys are not really now complaining about not enough workers. It's come down by a percentage on the old unemployment stuff. But now we've got trams in. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Now, one way I can get rid of the traffic is by trying to utilize this underground tunnel a bit more. Now, it does tunnel mode. Crisscross just there. But it's only there to really bypass the whole of this, get up to the top of there, and to get out to here. Now, if I included a little on and off ramp to kind of get underground to tunnel there, it would help like this middle section here to bypass a lot of stuff. But then again, that middle section here will get ridiculously bombarded with vehicles to try and get people in and out to where they need to get to. So I don't think that's a good enough idea just yet. I maybe could do it as a little exit route, but I don't know. I don't feel like there's. I mean, there is a fair amount of traffic, but they're all flowing. They're not stopped, like where causing traffic jams. They are moving. So I don't know whether I'm just being too oversensitive to that traffic there. I probably am. Right, these buildings are coming in and looking pretty nice. What do we have here? We have a free charge EV charging. Basically, it's a Tesla charging station. Over here, we have the organic coffee and tea shop. Here, we have the organic stalls, like a little market. We have the Eco Mart, some more stalls. Oh, this one looks nice. Ecostal the Hostel. Ecostal the Hostel, is that how you say it? That's a weird name, isn't it? That really is a weird name. But we are starting to get some self-sufficient buildings now coming in as well, which is good. It's all pushing in the right direction. I'm quite happy. Looks dope. Does look pretty dope, doesn't it? And we don't really have any other issues at the minute, do we? I mean, there's a couple of deaf icons floating around. But it's only 2. We can ignore those for now, right, boys? We can ignore those for now. Yeah. Right. Oh, look at the tram. This is one of our new tram stops. Look at the amount of people on this side. Do we have any trams coming in from this direction yet? Do you know what? I don't see any. Why is that? Ah, there we go. Oh, they're all trying to turn in. Okay, that's why they're a little bit slow. They're causing traffic as well, because there's a huge backlog of them trying to get in. So once all these clear and push through, that will then open up the traffic to then drive through. I've caused traffic myself by adding in some tram routes. Damn for Leo. But they should eventually make their way round. They haven't even done a full loop yet. I think that's the first one just there. Holy smokes, that's a long way away, isn't it? Oh wait, no, there's one here. So where's that really busy stop? Ah, it's coming up to it now. Right, it already is quite full before these people get on. But yeah, that'll take some time for the rest to come round. And that traffic should now slowly clear, as there's no trams at this point doing a right-hand turn. Well, at least I don't think they are. Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, but the traffic's gone anyway. Oh, that's okay, that's cool. That's sweet, boy. That's sweet. So, even with the small amount of time that them trams have been out, okay, it hasn't really increased my tram status just yet. I think that traffic jam might have slowed a load of them down. That's going to be fairly interesting to see. I'm liking these buildings, though. They're meant to be self-sufficient. Don't really look that self-sufficient, but when you look at them, it's like wooden cladding along the side, made from recycled materials. Ain't too bad, boys. Ain't too bad. But yeah, it just needs time to keep on growing because we have no residential demand at the minute. So let's try and squeeze a little bit more. Do I squeeze a little bit more industry? Or do I throw some more offices in? Oh, we got power issues. How have I going to click on power issues? And how's that happened? Why can't I click? I literally can't click on anything. What's gone? What's going on? Boy. What's going on right now? Right, I literally had no idea what happened there. I think my Discord overlay came up or something like that, and it just literally disabled the ability for me to click on anything. And I've now kind of lost my train of thought. But we got a few little power issues happening here and there. But yeah, this is weird. When I click on power, traffic comes up. Makes sense. Wow, this really does make sense. Like, there we go. It doesn't want to show me anything to do with power. What we're producing versus what we're using is completely different. So I need to add down another power plant. There we go, guys. More traffic. So we could, again, I could use these solar plants. I don't know if I can squeeze another one in. Becomes a little bit more tricky. They do cause noise pollution, but what about the solar updraft tower? Now this could make us even more power. I'm going to delete this one. Pause for a second. I'm going to delete that. Place this right here. I could get 2 in. So they contain also what looks like solar panels. But with the updraft thing here, it does make us more power in general, which will keep the islands running, boys. Islands are running. So industry, yeah, that's where I kind of was. That's my train of thought was. I need to create more jobs. And so what do? Do I place down more industry? There is a different type of industry you can place down as well, isn't there? What is the generic? It's within the actual. Hold on. I mean, this whole place is zoned already, so I could kind of do it myself. We could do a policy that changes the planning of it, where it's like industrial space planning, which is like really high tech. High tech housing. That's something else that we probably need to enable in that eco-friendly area. But we have the Industry 4.0 as well. That's the one we're looking at for the high-tech stuff. Should I add it to this then? Cedar Park, that high-tech housing, or should we leave it eco-friendly? I think we should just leave it eco-friendly. Yeah, we'll leave it eco-friendly, but I will create, and I'll use this little area to do it in. So if I kind of get rid of a big chunk of this district, throw like a little new one in. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Birdsong District. And we enable this for the policies to be Industry 4.0. Can you do Industrial Space Planning and Industry 4.0? Is that like a thing you can do on both? I don't know, but we're going to find out. So, in terms of roads, I'm in an underground tunnel right now. We'll bring this just slightly out to create like some form of a cul-de-sac. And I'll do the same here as well. Just to kind of slightly take advantage of the area. And then if we pause, paint around it. Which you're going to have to get rid of these little power lines. I think at this point, we don't really need them there. It's all touching anyway. So I'm going to go back to placing all this down. And see what happened. I mean, there's only one way to find out, and that is to kind of test it. And we're probably going to cause more traffic than ever before. But we do have a nice chunk of industrial that we've got to try and satisfy. And with all this high-tech stuff, it would be the highly educated peeps that would work here. They don't really like high-tech buildings. But I don't know whether that's because I've got industrial space planning on. I'm not sure that if that's the case. Or whether it's the Industry 4.0. I don't know. But there we go. We'll see what happens, boys. We'll see what happens. It does. How many jobs did we provide at factory? That one provided 11. 11. 8. 11. We've got 8 over here. That one's 8 as well. So we're also going to give them time to slowly upgrade. But we've now brought it down by another 2% the unemployment. Even though people are still kind of moving in. We're up to 84,000 in our population. Don't you find that ridiculous? I kind of do. I kind of do right now. Right, so let's just choose the car park to begin with anyway. I just want to see what else we could do. Sustainable fishing. Ooh, dolphin safe fishing? It decreases all the yields though, doesn't it? But it does increase the citizen happiness, but they're all happy anyway, living in this beautiful... Well, I assume they're all happy living in this beautiful place. Where's the happiness one? Yeah, look at them. The commercial happiness is not too great, but they're happy nonetheless, boys. Come on. Come on. Come on, mate. It's all good. It's all good. We don't need to enable that stuff. I don't think anyway. But yeah, that satisfies the industrial demand. Well, the small industrial demand that we kind of had from it. We still have a commercial demand. Which I still can't believe we do. It's never ending, this commercial demand. It really is. It's like there's nothing we can do to satisfy it. No matter how much commercial we place down, the huge chunks of blue you can see through all this place. And they still want commercial? I mean, if they want commercial... we'll give them commercial. Right, I'm just deleting that for a split second. So I can run it from this side instead. And high density commercial to go around our little casino. Oh, does that have water? Of course it don't. But there's some more commercial there. Now that's just going to be generic commercial. It's not going to be like the eco local produce that we've got set up over here. It's different vibes and different feel altogether. Should we squeeze in a few trees? Let me get the trees for this area. Oh, going the wrong way. Here they are. Few of those down. Where's the rest of them? Where's the big ones? Is it these? Well, these are some of them. They're these ones like there, but there's those big ones. I don't really mind too much about them. But yeah, that again sorts out some of the commercial. The industrial is still growing over here. It's going to be so polluted at the peninsula of that island. But has it reduced our unemployment? No. We still have it quite high. So then we've got to think about other stuff in which we can progress to add in. Like the offices. The offices are good little buffers. Bam. Bam. What I'm going to do is pause again. That zoning. Because I can increase or add that birdsong district with those policies over to this little area for them offices. So it also changes them to be that kind of certain type. We did have an IT cluster, which is just over here. Which is the IT cluster. That's a high-rise ban. This is the IT cluster, right? Yeah. And then they're starting to build some offices over there, which will provide more jobs. Now, how many shoppers are we getting over here? How many people do we see using this ferry dock here? Not as many as you'd think. So it then begs the next question. Boy, get some more shopping down. So I'll go by 10. By 30. Ooh, that's all over the place. Try that again. And come out by 10. Bam and bam. Right, we'll go like that. I have to use the move it tool there to try and get it like a borderline, a straight line. There we go. Creates a nice little area. And cutting straight through again, just as an entry point there. And by 20. See, that can go straight down. And I've got to do something here to kind of break this up. So if we went across like that, it creates this nice big open spot there where we can create a nice little walk-in area. But again, it's freeing up everything that we need to be freed up. I could do a bend like that. That's quite cool, isn't it? I like that. I like that little design there. And we'll just quickly squeeze all the water in. There we go. And then we'll drop down some commercial. So actually, if I do pause and get rid of this, I can get the commercial chunks all down here. Doesn't look like much, but what it pretty much is allowing us to utilize the public transport area there to populate and dominate it with commercial. There we go. Do 2 lanes coming down here, and we'll do all low density in this little area as if it was like going to be a smaller little region for the park. And down to here. So quite a heavily commercial zone, which I'm hoping would spark a lot more shoppers over here at this point. Then utilizing the ferry line a little bit more, but also the tram line too. How's that been going? Wow, we've had an extra 1,000 people on the tram lines. Damn, boy, that's crazy. That is crazy right now. Holy moly. That is a lot of people using it. That really, I did not expect that. I'll be honest with you, I did not expect that. But this area is slowly coming along right now. It's kind of like a nice little filter down from this metropolis area, which will still build up a little bit higher over here. I'm just a little bit concerned about the traffic that's going to be taking place over here right now with all this industry. But it seems to be kind of okay for the most part. That's what I'm going to say, is for the most part. Let this build itself up. How's the fishing industry doing anyway in terms of revenue? Yeah, it's still about the same. Hasn't really improved, got any better, but at the same time it hasn't even got any worse. So you kind of can't really be too... You can't really complain too much about that. So, with all this commercial now dropping in, unemployment's still 15%. Boys, get a job right now. But at the same time, we've really satisfied that commercial demand. Now, industry demand is starting to grow again. You can't win in this game, man. You seriously cannot win. But it is slowly all coming together. It's something that will be done over time. And I think we said that in here. It's been a weird episode. I feel like it's been a really weird episode. We had the land value issues. We're having a few little moments right now. I can't quite put my finger on what's going on today. But hopefully we can get things rocking and rolling anyway. Hopefully we can. We're going to add a quick little path just here. There's a nice little walkway through. Do it just there as well. Nice little walkway through. They're going to love it. But we are going to end it for here anyway, guys, as this area slowly builds itself up and gets and turns into its final form. Right now, I'm going to end it for here. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good. Bye.